Everyone wants transformation. You tell yourself, once you find the perfect routine, once you feel motivated enough, once you finally start fresh, then everything will change. Life doesn't change because of motivation. It changes because of momentum. And momentum doesn't come from some grand cinematic moment. It comes from the boring stuff, like brushing your teeth even when you're tired, or cleaning your desk before you start working, or taking that 10-minute walk when you'd rather just sit. It's the little things you do, when no one's watching, that quietly build who you are. You don't notice it at first. You don't feel proud of it. But over time, those small choices add up. They compound. Just like saving $1 a day doesn't seem like much, until years later, you realize it changed your future. The habit of cleaning. Cleaning your room isn't about having a tidy space. It's about order. When your physical space is cluttered, your mind gets noisy. You start to feel overwhelmed for no clear reason. You avoid tasks not because they're hard, but because your brain feels messy. Cleaning gives you a moment of control. It's like telling your brain, I can make this better. You might think, it's just laundry, or it's just dishes. But those little actions are symbolic. They're your way of saying, I care enough to maintain something. And that mindset, that sense of care, bleeds into everything else you do. The habit of walking. It doesn't feel productive. You're not burning hundreds of calories. You're not learning something new. But walking clears the mental fog. You've probably noticed this. You take a walk after feeling stuck on something, and suddenly the solution appears. That's not an accident. Movement changes thought. When you move your body, you move your mind. Your brain evolved to think while you're in motion, not sitting at a desk for hours. That's why some of your best ideas show up when you're walking, showering, or just doing something repetitive. Your subconscious finally has space to breathe. The habit of sleep. Sleep is the most disrespected habit of all. You sacrifice it like it's optional. To scroll a little longer, watch another episode, finish one more task. But when you're sleep deprived, life feels harder than it actually is. You feel less motivated, less patient, less creative, and you think it's your fault. It's not. You're just tired. Sleep isn't wasted time. It's repair time. It's your brain cleaning itself, resetting, consolidating everything you learned. You can read all the self-help books in the world, but if you're not sleeping, none of it sticks. Sleeping well is one of the most powerful habits you can have because it amplifies every other habit. The habit of eating real food. You eat around 1,000 meals a year. That's 1,000 chances to nourish yourself or 1,000 chances to numb yourself. When you start cooking, you reconnect with reality. You touch, smell, and prepare what fuels you. You realize how good a simple meal can feel. It's not about becoming a healthy person. It's about slowing down enough to notice what you're doing. Every time you cook, you're building discipline, patience, and care without even realizing it, and those same qualities spill over into everything else. The habit of being bored. You need to let yourself be bored. You know that impulse to grab your phone every time there's silence? That's your brain craving stimulation, constantly escaping the present. But when you stop escaping, something beautiful happens. You remember how to think. You remember what you actually care about. You start to notice things again. Small details, ideas, moments of gratitude. Being bored gives your mind space to wander. And in that space, creativity is born. So maybe the next time you're waiting in line or sitting on the bus, resist the urge to scroll. Just be. You'll be shocked by what your mind comes up with when you give it silence. The habit of waking up at the same time. There's a difference between waking up and getting up. You wake up and immediately start negotiating with the alarm clock. You convince yourself it's harmless, but what's really happening is you're practicing inconsistency. When you wake up at the same time every day, you teach your brain reliability. It's not about discipline for the sake of suffering. It's about creating a small promise you actually keep. That builds trust with yourself. And when you trust yourself, you stop waiting for motivation. Consistency is more powerful than motivation because it doesn't depend on how you feel. Growth starts when you stop negotiating with the small things. The habit of drinking water. Drinking water might be the simplest habit that quietly transforms your energy, focus, and mood. Even mild dehydration makes you tired, unfocused, and moody. And most people mistake that for laziness or stress. Your brain is mostly water, so when you're not hydrated, it literally can't think clearly. Drinking enough water helps you concentrate better, feel calmer, digest food properly, and even sleep more deeply. It's not glamorous, but it's the foundation every other habit depends on. Start your day with a glass of water before coffee. Keep a bottle nearby and sip often. You'll notice you're less tired, less hungry for no reason, and more alert. The habit of reading. It's not about finishing the book. It's about building patience with your own attention. Because in a world full of instant distractions, attention is a superpower. Books remind you that slow information is often the most valuable kind. They don't change your life overnight, but they plant ideas that grow over time, silently, like habits. The habit of gratitude. Gratitude isn't about being fake positive. It's about seeing clearly. It's about remembering that the ordinary things, a warm shower, a safe place to sleep, a friend who listens, are actually extraordinary. When you start noticing the small good things, your brain changes. You stop living in constant comparison. You stop chasing more and start appreciating what's already here. Gratitude doesn't make life perfect. It just makes it bearable. The habit of doing things slowly. You rush through life as if speed equals success. You eat fast, scroll fast, talk fast, even try to relax fast. But life doesn't reward speed. It rewards depth. Try eating without your phone for once. Try walking without music or podcasts. Try washing the dishes without hating it. Doing things slowly is a form of mindfulness, not in a spiritual sense, but a practical one. Because when you slow down, you actually see what's happening around you. You stop living in autopilot. And ironically, slowing down often helps you move forward faster.